Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Newsroom. I'm Chella Smith with your Middle East U.S. entertainment news here on YouTube. I air on Fridays. I bring you the latest on reforms and economics of Iraq based on reports put out by the Middle East news media outlets. I do this weekly review and it's based off my interests. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Last week, we spoke about the IMF report, stock markets, financial reforms, and the national emergency signed by Joe Biden. Let's take a look at this week's headlines. The House of Representatives is set to vote on the budget schedule Monday. Mustafa Sanad announced the House of Representatives will vote on the official budget schedule for 2024, with voting limited to budget tables and scheduled for 3 p.m. Sanad stated that the Finance Committee has not yet voted on the schedule. And speaking about the Parliament session, the House of Representatives Media Department has released the agenda for the upcoming Parliament session, which will be held Monday. The agenda included a single paragraph titled Voting on the Tables of General Budget Law Number 13 of 2024, amended with its annexes of tables A, B, C, D, E, and F. Al Hanadal has confirmed the imminent end of the second phase of Baghdad Pause Initiative, indicating the life has begun to return to its capital. The president of the Association of Iraqi Private Banks, Wada Al Hanadal, has confirmed the end of the second phase of the Pause of Baghdad's initiative, which aims to rehabilitate the historical city of Baghdad. The initiative, supported by the Association of Iraqi Private Banks, is funded by Timkin Fund and private banks in cooperation with Baghdad municipality. Al Hanal thanked the donors and partners for contributing to the development of the access and emphasizes the importance of Al Mantawabi Street for attracting Arab and foreign tourists. And the KRG has released the latest statistics regarding the My Account project. The Kurdistan Regional Government, KRG, has announced the completion of its My Account project, a strategic initiative aimed at monitoring the region's banking and payment system, with 400,000 salary employees registered. The project includes 7 participating banks: the RT Bank, Sihan Bank, Bank of Baghdad, Bank of Brut, and the Arab countries, the BBAC, the National Bank of Iraq, NBI, Iraqi Islamic Bank, and the Trade Bank of Iraq, the TBI. The project aims to enhance citizens' prosperity and facilitate business operations through various benefits, including timely and secured salary disbursements, reduce theft risk, additional income for financial products, enhanced financial literacy, digital payments, and increase local productions. The project and participating banks have all met requirements set by the Central Bank of Iraq, ensuring compliance and recognition. The federal court will issue a correction affirming the citizens of the Kurdistans, like all Iraqis, have the right to choose any bank approved by the Central Bank of Iraq to open a bank account. The My Account project aims to open bank accounts for over 1 million salary employees by the end of this year as part of the 9th cabinet of the KRG's effort to improve the banking sector, boost the regional's economy, and expand the ATM networks across all areas and cities. There's so much going on in Iraq right now. The Iraqi government has developed an economic vision on borrowing policy, according to the Minister of Planning. The Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Planning, Mohammed Ali Tamin, confirms that the Iraqi government has developed an economic vision on borrowing policy. He congratulated the Central Bank of Iraq for launching the National Strategy for Banking Lending in Iraq for 2024 through 2029, which was prepared to cooperation with the German Development Agency. Tamim emphasizes the strategy can contribute to increasing credit granting to the private banking sector by 4% on non-oil GDP and pay social attention to small, micro, and medium enterprises by increasing the credit granting to them by 3%. There's a lot of disinformation on the internet. The central bank has denied issuing a new currency of 100,000 dinar, stating that the image of the currency, which was reported by social media, is fake image of the late Iraqi architect Zaha Hadid. The bank has called on the citizens to be cautious and not to deal with the fake currency, stressing that it has no intentions to print a new currency and is taking legal actions against violators and promoters of the counterfeit currency. Is Iraq transitioning towards digital banks? The banking sector is exploring the offering offered by these digital platforms. The Iraqi banking system may soon receive digital banks, which are banking institutions that operate entirely online. These banks offer advantages such as ease of opening accounts, access and balance management, lower fees, cost, and various services such as budget applications, spending plans, and flexible integration. The success and expansion of digital banks are linked to the economic environment and social preference for cashless electronic operations. The Central Bank of Iraq must evaluate the risk and challenges of launching digital banks and find new timings to launch these banks. The establishment of digital banks in Iraq requires about 30% of its shares to return to its traditional banks and the dissemination of services through the internet and mobile application. Iraq has over 70 banks, many of which have been subject to U.S. sanctions. The ratio of financial inclusion in Iraq is low due to the weak confidence between the banking sector and citizens due to the bankruptcy of some banks. The Central Bank of Iraq is working with the Iraqi government to expand the base of customers in electronic payment methods and enhance financial inclusion. The success of expansion of financial inclusion in Iraq depends on citizens' confidence in institutions and their interest in using them. The central bank has become a forefront of global central bank using various financial technologies that provide speed and accuracy. The Central Bank of Iraq is implementing digital banking technologies to provide speed and accuracy with numerous requests for establishments. Financial expert Mahmoud Dagger believes that digital banks are natural banks working through application and have no face-to-face treatment. Iraq currently has one digital bank and many applications are waiting for approval. The Central Bank of Iraq requires license for digital banks to not exceed 10% of licensed banks and the economic feasibility studies for 4 years. These digital banks must comply with all central bank laws, regulations, and instructions. The Finance Committee chairman is in discussion with the World Bank delegations about the development road and energy sector project in Iraq. The Finance Committee chairman, engineer Atwan Al-Atwani, met with the World Bank delegation to discuss supporting the development road project and the energy sector in Iraq. This meeting discussed the project's economic visions, its strategic importance, and the multi-stage support provided by the World Bank, including modernizing the rehabilitation, the roadway network. Al-Antwani called for a new insight and ideas to achieve optimal investment for projects, which aim to make Iraq an economic corridor linking Asia and Europe. The chairman emphasizes that the infrastructure of the development path should be in the government's hand to prevent any negative effects. The meeting also discussed continued support for the energy sector in Iraq. The Iraqi economy is expecting a significant growth, largely due to the decrease in the dollar exchange rate. Iraq's economic and financial situation is experiencing remarkable development, with a 2% increase in economic growth compared to the previous year. The Central Bank of Iraq's electronic measures under the U.S. Treasury Department supervision has significantly impacted economic growth and the devaluation of the dollar against the Iraqi dinar. The monetary official policy has reduced the difference between the dollar and the dinar to 10,000 dinars, normal for various reasons. Since mid-last year, up to 30 financial measures has been implemented, dealing in Iraqi dinars instead of the dollar. Transactions in Iraqi dinar are now estimated at 90% except for the Kurdistan region. Traders can now deal with foreign transfers through banks and directly, allowing 85% of local traders to import materials from abroad. Iran ruled out the dollar exchange rate should be the same as the government's exchange rate for administrative and financial reasons, noting that the difference should remain by about 10,000 dinars between the exchange rate in the dollar and the dinar. Janine Plasheric communicates the conclusion of her operations in Iraq. United Nations envoy Janine Placheret has ended her tenure as special representative of the United Nations Security General in Iraq. She expresses gratitude for Iraqis for their hospitality and shares hope and aspirations. She also appreciates professional meetings with various partners, including civil society representatives, academics, and local authorities. Placheret stresses that the United Nations has faced criticism, but emphasizes the importance of promoting peace and prosperity for all, regardless of their affiliations, religions, backgrounds, or races. She praises the cooperation and support provided by the United Nations Assistant Mission for Iraq and the wider United Nations family in Iraq. And you've been watching Newsroom Weekly Review. I'm Chella Smith with your Middle East U.S. entertainment news on reforms and economics of Iraq. I bring you the latest Dinar news without having to keep up with all the different outlets. I'm here on YouTube every Friday, so don't forget to subscribe and turn those notification bells on. If you like my content, you can give me a thumbs up. If you really like my content, you can always seed a super chat or a super thanks in the comment section below. I want to give you a friendly reminder. I'll be on vacation June 21st and 28th, so I won't be here, but I may from my vacation scenery. Again, thank you for being a subscriber, and thank you for visiting Newsroom Chella Smith for your trusted Dinar news. I'll see you guys next week. Take care, everyone. Make sure you join us Fridays, 4 p.m. with Newsroom Updates with Chella Smith Entertainment News.